Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jody, and today you've joined the right video because it is Friday Face-Off. I need a new intro for Friday Face-Off. I'm gonna work on that. All right, so today we are going to talk about first of all, they're luxury. I don't normally do luxury on Friday Face-Off, but I saw these two competing products and I had to try them because I had to see, why would you spend $95 for a powder? I don't care what name it is on it, but maybe it's so amazing. That's what we're gonna find out. And this one by Dior is $55. So clearly you get a lot more. Well, let me back up. They are both sun-kissed glowing powders. And who doesn't need a little sun-kissed going into summer? But you may not need to spend $95 and $55. In fact, at the end of this video, we will see if either of these are must-haves. I mean, the packaging is beautiful. Not very often do I do luxury versus luxury products, but I also try to be very mindful of my entire audience as a whole, and some of you like more prestige luxury makeup. So this one is for you. Let's get into it and see how these wear. I really wanted to do this product, not necessarily these brands, but this product, because we are seeing more and more product launches going into summer where you have your blush, your bronze, and your highlighter all in one. And I wanted to see, without having blush or bronzer or highlighter on right now, how well does this all-in-one powder really glow up your face? So can you get away with just a few swirls of this and it's magically gonna land in all three places? Or do you need to separate and put your blush where your blush goes, your bronzer where your bronzer goes, and your highlight where your highlight goes? Now, a package this large, you could, for $95, essentially get all three products and wear them each individually in the areas that you want. The marketing for both this Chanel and the Dior say that it's an all-in-one. You can swirl it around and use it for that all-over sun-kissed glow, which is the way I'm gonna use it for this Friday Face-Off. Because if it saves time and it gives you that sun-kissed look, and look, these all would give you a sun-kissed look. So blending them together, I think would be really pretty. I don't have blush, I don't have highlighter, I don't have bronzer on today. So we should be able to really see how the skin transforms with a swirl of the magic brush of Chanel and then the Dior packaging, which we'll get into in just a second. So going back to the Chanel, this comes in 3 shades. And as I said, it sells for $95. It is quite a bit of product. So I don't want a muddy mess though. What I hope we see from this is a really pretty bronzed goddess glow. I keep going back to the price on this one because $95 for one palette is ridiculous to me personally. However, if you were to separate these into 3 separate products, you're looking at just over $31 for each. And if you typically buy a highlighter, a bronze, and a blush in that $30 range, then maybe that would make sense. Then maybe this would be a good buy for you. The colors are really pigmented, gorgeous colors. I mean, it's Chanel. They go on very smooth and creamy. They didn't apply powdery, at least on my hand. We're gonna see here in a second on the face. And they're really nice colors. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna take a medium size tapered brush. I hate mixing my highlighter with my blush because highlighter is, I just like it to be highlighter. And let's start where I would put a bronze. So you guys see what it looks like. I'm just gonna carry that down around. I mean, for some reason it looks like the blush fell where the blush is supposed to fall. I'm gonna start back in the highlighter again because I just feel better about that for some reason. And now remember, I am oily in my T-zone, so I do have oil in this area. My cheeks are more dry, and then down through here I'm also a little bit dry. So we will be able to see not only how these apply on more combination or T-zone skin, but also how they wear to see if we're gonna get any, patchy or muddy looks to the skin. I mean, I really wanted to make fun of this for $95, but I think what I'm gonna end up saying just from that initial application is, ooh, that's pretty. So there you can see how nice that went on. Was hoping that wasn't the case. But let's just set that aside for a second and let's talk about Dior, because Dior's packaging is really pretty. This is cloth on the front. It's their cushioned cloth. I don't think this would stay clean, so for that reason, there's already one strike against it. I mean, it's bronzer, so I don't know about you, but there's no way I'm gonna keep this cream fabric clean when there is bronzer and blush on the inside. This is the second lightest in the shade range. There was one that was lighter, there's this one, and then there's two darker ones. Nordstrom had the two darker ones still available. I went down to a Macy's in the mall to get this lighter shade. So don't give up if you don't find the shade that you want at Nordstrom's, for example. You might be able to find it at the website. I went to Sephora's website and they didn't have this product on their website at the time that I'm making this video. It's worth looking now to see if maybe they offer this product, but they hadn't as of the end of May. All right, so let's see how beautiful this one is gonna work. Get all my... This is an old hourglass brush, you guys. I don't even know if they make this anymore. I just really like the size of this one when it comes to, I don't want to say precision work, but when I don't want a lot of powder and I really just want that figure 8 for bronzing and glowing, this is just a really nice size. So if you're wondering what brush that is, if I can find it, if it's still available, I will link it down below in the description box. Hopefully it is. It's a really good big blush, big brush, and small blush brush size. All right, so these colors may not be exactly the same from side to side, but you get the gig. Now the thing about Dior's bronzing powders is, for me, they typically run a little bit too warm, which is why I was really specific on the shade that I wanted to get, because some reason they tend to pull a little warm on me. And I hope that's not the case here, but let's see. Now you'll notice this one doesn't have the highlighter. I couldn't find something that exactly matched the Chanel with the highlighter. Tom Ford had a compact like that years ago, but they don't offer the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter combo pack anymore. But this Dior one also said sun-kissed glow, simple lightweight powder, lasts a long time, easy to apply, you know, all the same marketing words basically that the Chanel said. One of the big differences I thought was interesting is the Dior is made in France and that Chanel is made in Italy. So if that matters to you and you want to go more international with your makeup, there's always that as a selling point. That one's really pretty as well. So this Friday face-off is going to be difficult because the price point makes it hard for me to really love either of these products. But let me put the price point aside for a second and just review these on their own merit. They both look really pretty. I think there's enough of a highlight because that bronze isn't a matte bronze. It does give a nice pretty glow to the skin. It doesn't go on warm. It doesn't look muddy or patchy to me. The Chanel side looks equally as beautiful. I think right out of the gate, I like the Chanel overall look better. And some reason I'm stuck on this whole, I can get 3 products for about $30 each, and that's justifying the price for me. It is a really big compact, so there is that to consider when it comes to if you travel a lot. So just know that going right out of the gate when you compare it to the Dior, it's quite a bit bigger. So let's see how they wear. Maybe how these wear over time will be an indicator of which product might be better. Right now I'm really happy with both. I think I like the glow of that Dior a little bit better. It is a little bit more sun-kissed look to me, where the Chanel is a little bit more subtle and maybe more of a radiant glow versus a sun-kissed glow. So that's what I would say right now I see is the difference. Sun-kissed glow, a little bit more radiant glow from within on the Chanel side. Once I see a shift in the appearance of both of these products, give it 6 or 8 hours, then we will review it and see which one we think is best for this week's Friday face-off. All right, you guys, so here we are back at the 6-hour mark. And neither product has failed at this point. I just thought, let's take a look, because typically we're gonna freshen up our lipstick, we might freshen up our powder. So I thought 6.5 hours-ish was a good time to see how these are holding up and make a final decision. They're both really, really pretty. Here's the Dior side. It still looks nice. It doesn't look patchy. Oil did not break through up in my T-zone, where I typically do get some oil breakthrough if I don't set it with a powder. And that's not excessively shiny. There's still a really nice highlighted glow on the cheek. And you'll remember that this one doesn't offer a highlighter in it. It's really just that bronzer and that blush. But I think because of the shimmer that is in both of those colors, it just gives that nice healthy highlight without its own designated highlight area, if that makes sense. So I'm really impressed with how pretty that still looks. It still has some color. It didn't wear patchy or muddy throughout the day. In terms of the Chanel one, same thing. It's really pretty. It didn't start off as high gloss or highlighted or glowy. It did start off as more of a radiant glow. And I feel like that has maintained itself through the duration of the day as well. It has not worn patchy. The oil is not breaking through on my forehead, where again, it typically does if I don't set it with the powder. And this one does have that highlighter in it, you'll remember. So I would have expected it to look a little bit more highlighted than it does. So that is the final look for the Chanel. And there's the final look for the Dior. So the question then becomes, which one would win a Friday face-off? Again, the price point of both of these, $55 and $95. So there's definitely a big price difference. So for me, the winner, and kind of the hands down winner, would be the Chanel. It gets the green light. I'd pick this one because I like the way it started off with a radiant glow and maintained that radiance throughout the wear time. I also like the fact that you get 3 different colors. So once I put all the colors together, if I wasn't happy with that final finished look, I could go back in and get a little bit more of the bronze and apply to that bronze area. I could wear the highlight separate, and I could wear that bronzer separate as well. So you really do have more versatility with this size palette and these 3 product colors in the arrangement that they are. Where with the Dior, it's just a smaller palette, so you do have to almost wear it as an all-in-one, all-over glow. It'd be a lot more difficult, if even possible, to pull out just that blush look and have a separate look other than the all-in-one. So if you're in the market for a luxury sun-kissed glow all over powder, and for summer, why not? Why not just put on your foundation, your tinted serum, or just your moisturizer and no cover at all, and give yourself a highlighted glow? I think this is a beautiful product, a lot of different ways to wear it, and the price point is an individual decision. Well, that does it for me today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this Friday face-off. Get out, enjoy the beginning of summer, stay beautiful, stay safe, and I will see you in just a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.